Today, we are at King & Lois. We will be talking to Radhika Hernandez, founder of King & Lois. So can you explain to me about your brand name and the story behind the logo? I mean, it's very clean and luxury looking.
So King & Lois came about because my husband and I both had high-end luxury brands, and they were being sold to the Western market. So he had Life of Kings and I had Lois London. And both of them are kind of at this very elevated price point. I mean, we're talking about dresses that are $250, $300, sometimes $400. Same for the menswear. And we realized that our own personal style was way more like affordable, relaxed. And when we moved to Sri Lanka, we also realized that we were hot all the time. We were like, we need to create a line that we want to wear on an everyday basis. Like, what is our style's joy? Like, what is our everyday style? What does it look like? Because obviously, like, I'm not putting on a fuchsia gown and going to pick up my children or, having lunch with them. It's a totally different kind of look. So we wanted genuinely to just create something that we wanted to wear, first of all, and also to give the local market a brand that is affordable, totally attainable, and yet something that is truly wearable. And that's really where King & Lois.
So this question is kind of special because I'm going to ask you about a moment where you felt confident in one of your pieces and empowered about the dress that you're wearing.
I feel like they're really flattering. So I always feel very body confident and just I feel really empowered when I wear them. To be honest, I feel the most empowered whether I'm wearing the stuff or not, because we get really lovely feedback from our customers. And I get it all the time. Like, I might be just out at lunch with my family or my children, and I have customers coming up to me all the time saying like, we love your brand and we shop at your brand all the time.
That's great.
I think hearing that is probably one of the most empowering things you can give to an entrepreneur, is that what you're giving people is something they really love. It's very empowering.
When you feel demotivated and you feel like giving up, just want to leave everything and go, have you had a moment like that?
Yes, all the time, often. I think all entrepreneurs have those moments consistently.
Yeah.
I think you just have to reinvent it. If you're feeling lost or you feel a little bit like, okay, this is not working, it's very easy to think of giving in and throwing in the towel at that moment. But my husband is the one who's actually told me multiple times, not working, cool, then reinvent it, fix it. He's not somebody who, will throw in anything. So I think that's...
It kept you going.
100%. I've definitely had a brand that fell flat. Lois London was a fail at the beginning.
Really?
It was a real fail. And I had just given up full-time work to launch that brand. So it was a huge risk. And when it failed, that was my pivotal moment to say, okay, I was still young. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to the workforce. I'm going to go and get that 9 to 5, go back to corporate America. I'm fine. Go back into the fashion industry. And he was the one who said, okay, it failed. And you can say that to yourself, you have failed. Now pick yourself up, reinvent yourself, and make it something else. And that's literally what I did.
You feel better when you hear it from someone who's closer to you.
100%. Yeah, because he doesn't sugarcoat things. So he's not going to be like, you didn't fail, you're fine. And he's a very kind of tough love type of situation. And that works for me, actually. So that actually worked. Listening to that kind of raw advice from him, I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, I did fail. And it's okay to fail.
You are right now.
Exactly. It's actually fine to fail if you're willing to pick yourself up again.
Describe your brand in 3 words. What would they be and why?
So I think the first one would be wearable. Because we don't, there's literally something for everyone.
Okay.
Whether you're going to the beach, whether you're going for lunch, there's definitely something in the collections that is just grab off the shelf and very easy. It's not majorly fashion forward or something that's crazy out there. So yeah, we design things that are very easy on the eye and wearable.
Okay.
Second would be comfortable. Because so many of what we do is free size. So they don't feel restricted. We do things that are, they can conform to the body. So you can wear it loose, you can wear it tight, you can drape it, you can keep it loose, and it really depends on your mood for the day. So in that sense, they're incredibly comfortable. We have
different ways.
Yeah, in different ways. So maybe, I don't know, you're pregnant and you don't want to cinch that waist in, or you're going for a formal lunch and you do. In that sense there. And the last one is flattering.
Okay.
I think that the brand general aesthetic of a lot of what we do is incredibly flattering because we've figured out ways to drape it across areas of a woman's body that maybe they feel a little conscious about. Most women are a little conscious of their midriff and places like that. So there are tricks to our, styles where you can drape it a certain way and it just creates an illusion around those areas, which I personally think are very flattering.
You have thought about every aspect of the design.
We try, yeah. We definitely try to.
What advice do you have for the upcoming designers who are inspired by your work and who aspire to become like you? Do you have anything to say to them?
Yeah, I think it's I think the best advice I can give an upcoming designer is create your own identity. Figure out what you want to wear. What is your natural style? Because I think if a designer can create something that really reflects their own style, it will be a very easy process for them. If you are constantly having to reach and go out of your own aesthetic to create and do things, sometimes that can be really hard. I mean, I do have to do it sometimes, but I think generally I create because I want to wear the garment at the end of it. Like when that production comes in, I'm excited to put it on, take a selfie in it, wear it out. So I think for designers, just come up with your own aesthetic, come up with your own look. There are so many holes in the market, which is great because we live in an environment where the opportunities are somewhat endless. We do not live in New York or London where it's such a saturated situation. Here, actually, it's not that saturated. So there's loads of opportunities for designers. I think also just, not copying what other people are doing, really come up with a very individual look.
Unique.
Very unique. We need lots of unique ideas.